What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Itz-Beez-Da, TrackStar, and welcome back to another dancehall video tutorial. Now, in another video, we're going to go over dancehall drum patterns. The modern way, is me, the modern dancehall drum pattern, or dancehall trap drum patterns, is me. We'll go through a couple different variations of drums, you know what I mean, and lay out something and kind of show how the movements go. So basically, you need a snare, a kick, a 808. We use the Voltron 808 from the Yard Vibes. From the dancehall Billy Goat drum kit coming soon, probably about next January or so. Don't sure yet. You also need, let's say, need to get at the stimulus pack. Yeah, you need the rim shot. You definitely need the rim shot in the modern dancehall. The hi-hat. Closed. Open. We'll just go through everything. Oh, like a clap. Boom. So, snare, kick, 808, rim shot, hi-hat, open hi-hat, and a clap. So, we'll listen to this loop here, 108 at the BPM. No, nothing spectacular, nothing crazy, but it's enough to get the point across for what I want to do. So, when it comes to drums, the old school dancehall drum pattern was basically 3s and 2s. This is what I mean. So, this first note, let's just say that is 0. This third note is 3. Not third note, the second note is 3. This third note is 3. And what I mean by 3? 0, the first note. 1, 2, 3 is the third note, right? And this pattern here should sound familiar. Should sound very familiar, right? That should also sound very familiar. Let's turn the loop down so we can hear what going on. Right, that pattern should sound very familiar. That's the common back in the day dancehall pattern. Doom, 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 doom. Easy. That pattern is virtually extinct nowadays. You rarely hear that. That is the pattern that used to get layered up with the kick like this. Also used to get layered up with the hi-hats like this. But, like I say, virtually extinct nowadays. So, what we are going to do for show the growth and the difference in the dancehall space, we are going to take every pattern I will make, we are going to put it in a block, in the loop, right? So, this occupies the first 2 blocks. Then the next pattern I going to occupy, and so on and so forth. So, we can show the difference between the patterns. So, if we move on to the next phase of the dancehall, which is the pre-Steve, meaning after Steve, generation of dancehall. Not the current dancehall, but the after Steve dancehall. The patterns go from that and they move into this here. Now, the reason I'm going to do this variation at the end is because we're not going to do, a full loop and then another loop. I do it just because, you see me? So that is where it go from. This is the Steven generation here. This is more the Hempton. You see me? That's more of the Hempton. But then we come to the more of the truth, skeng them, skill bang them generation of the music, where the patterns basically don't really change now. This right here should blow your mind if you really look on it. So if you recreate the modern dancehall pattern, we're going to take this, right? Matter of fact, we'll paste it. We're going on a new pattern now, so pattern 3. And we're going to paste the kick and snare. No, this is why I say the music is. And notice we don't have no hi-hat in the second. We're going to do that, but we want to show the difference with the 2 and the 3 pattern. Basically, all that happened between the Hampton generation of dancehall and the modern generation of the dancehall is one of the kick get moved up, right? So the first kick is cool. The second kick is no longer cool, so it get moved up to the snare. Now we have this. Something I play, so get rid of that. Right? The kick just gets moved up to the top. That's it. That's the only difference between the second generation. I will play it. Boom, boom. You see what I'm saying? Now, in the third generation, there is a variation. And it's not so much a variation of the pattern, it's a variation of the instruments. So instead of the snare, the rim shot got introduced into the music. But along with the rim shot came this more slowed down pattern. So now, instead of the kick that got moved up, it stays the same, but the one that didn't get moved, or the snare that was already there, no, that part that get moved over to this note here. The drums, which see me I changed the wrong pattern, so let's put that back where it was. We'll go to let's put that back on the up here. We'll go to a new pattern, paste that, delete that, and put that there. So let me say now the snare got moved down to the rim shot along with the kick getting no treatment. Then, if you take it a step further, then move the second snare or the second rim over to where the kick would normally be in a Steven M time, you see me? So now we have this pattern here. Hold on. My apologies. The kick get removed. I confused it with something else. So sorry about that. The fourth generation, or the alteration with the fourth generation is, especially the trap, the kick got the second got taken out. So it gets slowed down, you know. I remember the rhythm them slower, you know, they're more melodic. So it gets slowed down. So now we have this. And that's the foundation. That is the literal foundation for any rhythm modern day. The only thing is that you can add your own like variations in between. So you don't have to be just this. You can go like this. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. You can add 2 kick. Whatever you want to do. But that is the foundation. So if we go back to the top, this is let's add some markers. So we'll go the first marker, the Steven Gen. Boom. We'll go here. This are the Hampton Gen. Right here is let's say the Skeng Gen. Now I want to use a producer. Who's the most notorious producer right now? Let's say let's say the East Side generation. And the East Side generation really come with the third and the fourth pattern. So let's play. And that's basically, you know, the drums for dancehall. But like I said, we don't get to the hi-hat. So in the Hampton generation of the music, back in a Steven time, there was a few different types of hi-hat patterns. So Steven had this pattern where him go like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can do the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. or the flat out straight. You see me? There was a lot of different patterns in a Steve them time. You used to have the little, like the donkey, like you ride a donkey, it's like tin, 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 you know what I mean? You know, that was the Steve generation hi-hats. When we get to the Hampton type of dancer, now we start getting to the trap element, so we start with the every bar type of thing. And we don't keep it simple because it can go way more advanced. You have the introduction of the rolls. You know what I mean? You know, and that was the Hampton gen. No, things actually get a little bit laid back nowadays, honestly. So the hi-hats, them kind of slow down a little bit. But there is a crazier side to it. So the hi-hats, them slowed down and then other stuff get introduced. The claps. So let's get to the third pattern here. Also, the open hat. And let me say the hi-hats get simple. Very simple. But along with that, there are some rhythms, you know, all our skeng them, joshy them, skilly bang them, that have the, what would I call, the insane hi-hat pattern, basically. So it have a mixture of all of these elements. Some even more than that. This is just basically a foundation we give of the elements. But then the hi-hat pattern and why we call it insane is because it's doing pitch, it's doing panning, it's doing this, it's doing that, included in the MIDI, you see me, and that is where we are currently with the dancehall. So if we go to MIDI and we'll go under the blueprint, I believe it is called. We'll go trap, drums, hi-hat, complex. Let's just get where the hi-hat there. We have these type of. You see what I say? That's basically, let me say, the fourth or the four generation. Since I have been into the music, you know what I mean? No, this is after the, the Stitchy them and your Steely and Clevey and all of that type of stuff. That was a different, era of dancehall. I'm not talking about my era of dancehall in the last 20, 25 years. You see me? So until next time, it's the boy Itz-Beez-Da, the TrackStar. Peace.